Yo, so I thought I'd hop on this jump before I head to Juma. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since I sat back and made a video like this. And like just straight up just talking. I've been in such a flow mode and in such a go get it mode that I really don't even take the time to just sit back and like acknowledge stuff that I've been doing, or you know what I'm saying, or acknowledge where I'm at mentally, where I'm at physically, emotionally, you know what I'm saying? And like sometimes you gotta sit back and do that, and you gotta sit back and think like, dang, who am I, where am I at? And it's okay being yourself, right? Because that's all you doing at the end of the day on this mission is you learning yourself, you learning how to be yourself. Yeah, you making a change, but you changing from being regular, being mediocre, being just a normal person. You raising your frequency. And I know a lot of people hear that term and it's like, oh, you just one of those spiritual people that's seeking this and that, and you just want to be this and that, and you talking about raising your, what's wrong with my frequency? You know what I'm saying? Why do I need to be where you at, or why do I need to have more in life, and what's the point, and this and that? And it's all perspective. And I feel like I go over that a lot, but in general, it's your perspective and how you view life. If you feel like life is free and you feel like you free, then my perspective is I don't think you free, because you can't do whatever you really want to do. There's still consequences. How you got freedom and there's consequences. You know what I'm saying? So if you say you free, you're not really free. You just free with boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of the time people just more so want to be comfortable. Some people just want to be content with what's in front of them, except for what it is, and just be, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, my whole journey is to show you that you don't have to be that. You can be more. You can be more. The person that's listening to this video right now, you can be more. You can be more than that you're putting yourself to. You can expand your mind. You can create new habits, new thoughts, new processes. And there's nothing that's really holding you back besides your fear, besides who you think you are and who you think you built yourself to be this entire time. A lot of the best people in this world just stuck with it, right? But like, it's people out here that didn't stick with it, and they could have ended up being better than the people that's at the top. And it's just true. You know what I'm saying? Life come at you fast. Sometimes life hit people where it hurt, and sometimes life catch up with you. But if you push through them situations, if you keep going, if you don't stop, if you don't get down on yourself, and you really just think about, man, I'm trying to be better, I want to be a better version of myself, you can change and be the best version of yourself and end up being at the top, no matter what. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you overthink it, sometimes you overplay it, sometimes you think, man, well, it didn't happen today, so it probably won't happen tomorrow. And the more you keep thinking like that, the more you put yourself back in that lower frequency, lower vibration. And you could be like, well, what is lower frequency? What is lower vibration? Your frequency is who you are at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Your aura. And like, how can I explain it? When you sit down, if you sit down and you just sat there and thought, you're like, well, what do I like out of life? Sometimes you gotta talk to somebody that's already got it figured out to kind of figure out what you want out of life. Not everybody got that figured out off the rip. Some people are born with the innate ability to choose what they want and enjoy life and be like, yeah, I'm doing what I love. You know what I'm saying? Some people just kind of just go with the wind and never really sit down and figure it out, because they just more so are creative, right? But you gotta run into people that's going to help you, and vice versa, get to these points. Not everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses, right? But if you hanging around everybody that got the same strength as you and the same weakness as you, then you're never going to improve. You're never going to be more of a well-rounded individual, and you're never going to raise your frequency. You're just going to be at that same level. It's like you around all the C students. You know what I'm saying? And you, in order to be an A student, you got to be around the A students. And if you want to be an E student, you got to be around the E students. And you could be a healthy balance of being a C student, but you're never going to reach your highest potential. Most of the time, the way I viewed it, when I started hanging around the E students, I made E's. When I hung around the C students, I made C's. And when I hung around the A students, I made A's. It's all about where you hanging out at and where you at and who you with. But at the end of the day, the A student still shouldn't judge the E student. And the A student should try to help the E student get to an A. And the E student should try to help the A student understand why is an E possible? Why are we getting E's? What's the point? Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta sit there and you gotta talk to people. You can't just sit there and think you know it all. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody knows it all. It's impossible. That's the whole point of us being here. So, whether you want to raise your frequency or not, that's totally up to you. My suggestion is do it though. And if you're on this channel, you kind of feel the same way. You kind of feel like, all right, well, you know, maybe it is more to life. But in order to get more out of life, you're going to have to put that work in. Some people think, I'll just wake up one day and hit the lottery. Well, your chances of doing that is slim. You know what I'm saying? You want to give yourself the best opportunity to enhance everything that you got going on. If you don't want to enhance everything that you got going on, that's fine too. But don't be judging people that want to. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where the hater syndrome come in, the jealousy and the envy and all that. How you going to be envious against somebody when they just want better and you don't want better? So you going to judge them? You going to carry them like you acting different? Nah, bro. You gotta see it from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have it like how you have it. So what you gonna say? That they mindset is wrong, they looking at it at the wrong way, they not doing it right? No, that's incorrect. So all I say is the best way to raise your frequency is to sit down, think about who you are as a person, think about the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning. And why is that the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? Some people be like, yeah, I wake up and check my phone and I see who messaged me. Well, what you want to talk to them about? Whatever you want to talk to them people about, that's what you need to be focused on. See, me, before boxing, I was heavy on the weed, right? So I decided I wanted to make a weed business. I wanted to grow weed. I wanted to smoke weed. I wanted to make weed a part of my life. I got weed tatted on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, you got it tatted on me. And I loved it. But guess what? I seen that it wasn't pushing me in the right direction that I wanted to go. It was holding me back. It was slowing me down. I didn't want to be slowed down. I didn't want to be stuck in the same spot. I didn't want to be in the same predicament. You know what I'm saying? Being high is a good feeling, but always being high is going to hold you back. Some people want to be held back. And you got to see it from their perspective and understand that they not doing the wrong thing. They not being wrong. You get what I'm saying? They just more so, that's in their world. That's in their environment, how they can live and how they want to live. But in order for change and in order for you to reach your higher self, you got to be putting in that work in them areas. Some people be like, man, I wish I had more money, but yet they just don't never go out and get it, you know? So part of manifestation is action. Part of getting your prayers answered is putting the work in. So I just thought I'd say that, man. You know, I'm about to listen to Surah Al-Kahf. It's Friday. It's Juma. I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful that I'm on day 131. No injuries. that's major that could have stopped me from doing what I wanted to do. No serious life problems that stopped me. Even if that did have life problems, it didn't stop me. So just thankful that I got the resilience to keep going. And you do too. And we all do. Because that's the point of life. To wake up the next day and keep going. Whether it's going in the wrong direction or going in the right direction. As long as you get up and go, something going to happen. So, that being said, so